I'm having weird net issues with my here and there. It's weird. I think a big thing is like I just not. Yeah, see, I could confirm in the Raging Strike instead of doing whatever. Seems like everything's stable. So that's good. Hey, yeah. Seems like we're stable. I think it's still viable with CAG and Granblue. I'm only give like the Shark Meg a try, try for a bit. I'll let this last clip play, then I'm gonna switch to the main screen. This is a Left 4 Dead 2 versus clip. This is an off-stream clip. There are off-stream clips in here. This is just a tank play. This is funny. Big boom.
Oh shit.
Go, boom, 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 boom.
Sorry, guys.
This game is funny. I miss playing Left 4 Dead. I miss this game. It's so funny. Oh yeah, I sniped Joey with the rock. That's funny.
Dude, it's so
It's such an unnecessary
That
thing.
you started
Oh, wait, but it's a Persona clip. We gotta let the Persona clip play. His karma's in there.
That's fun.
It's a karma clip, so it has to be funny, right?
I had so much. You could have done anything, and I still would have been recovering.
I love that emote so much.
Whoa!
It's so good.
And the new funny single player game. I have
Well, I like
couple lined
emotes
up, I just
from
haven't been in the mood
my-
to stream them. I'm gonna do Bullet Witch. I've never played that game. I already made the image. I already put Milky's head over Bullet Witch.
This has to be a funny, like, clash, or it's like
Gonna do
a
Vanquish.
air guillotine moment.
Vanquish is so good.
It's one of those two. It's a funny clash, or it's an air guillotine moment. It's gotta be one of those two. No, wait, it's Brutal It's Brutal Impact, never mind. Okay.
I take back everything I've ever
It's
done.
Brutal Impact, though. Super. There you go.
Wow.
It's that clip, okay. Marie combos. The one niche for Labrys is Brutal Impact. And it's just rolling right through an IK. Some of them. Sometimes. I'm almost done with my tea. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? Here's the plan tonight. Tonight I'm gonna do like cover stuff for Galactic Conquest. And the map, specifically the maps. There's already a tutorial, so I'm not even, for the actual glitches and stuff. So I'm not even gonna cover that. I'm just gonna focus on the actual maps. And what we're going to do is that we're gonna focus on the Rebels and the CIS. Maybe I'll do another stream to cover the Empire and Republic. I mean, those kind of like flow together pretty well, since a lot of those maps have similar sides. Ugh. Ugh. Blech. I should only like. I feel like got a little bit of the loose tea leaves in my mouth. Ooh, ow. Gotta get rid of that. A bow? No, I had a feeling like I was gonna try to do a face cam for a little bit, and then like, you know what? Someone's gonna redeem something tonight. So maybe I won't face cam. And then I got it bowed. There you go. Starry eyes! Okay. I gotta get a little blush in there too. Oh wait, it overwrites! Really? Oh, these are separate toggles. What if I did them, like, back to back? Okay, there you go. That's better. That works. It looks a little funky. That's not the blush, anyway. I think blush is 2. Yeah, there we go. I have to make sure I don't accidentally hit that one forbidden toggle I don't ever want to toggle. Is it the Chromu just added one? She wanted to add it. I added it to a bind without thinking about it. You made it. Yeah, you did, Finny. Good job. How's the audio, by the way? Can you hear music just fine and I'm not too loud? I've been noticing lately that my VODs, my mic volume is like way too loud over everything else. And my like voice overpowers everything to a bit too much of a degree. So I'm a little worried about that. I might have to like lower my mic volume in OBS a little bit. It seems to be okay for right now, but please let me know, okay? Like, my voice is genuinely, like, too loud over everything else. I know balancing is hard. It's tough. I'm gonna lower my voice, like, the decibels a bit. You let me know, okay? I'm gonna lower it, like, a little bit. Now, of course, I am the streamer, so you need to hear my voice. So... for today, for the purposes of what we're doing, I want to play in windowed mode, and the, I'm gonna have the fake console and stuff online. Just to make my life easier for teaching stuff. It's gonna be in the 1.5. It's gonna be, like, in the Anakin Remaster thing. This will just make my life easier for, like, alt-tabbing and stuff for alt teaching. So what do we start with first? I think I should cover probably Assault first. Start off with Assault. I forgot all these get added. It's funny. Since the droids are the only ones that are gonna have a space, I think I only really need to cover the one droid clip that is only doable on, like, 2 maps anyway. Yeah, we could do that. Sure, set to 32. Okay. Ignore that I have the mod maps here. Some extra maps here. Alright, so let me grab... Should I cover all the clips as well? I mean, I could fake console free cam and just show the exact angle I'm, like, coming from. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I can introduce the points glitch and then introduce the clips and then, like, show how you do each map quickly. Well, that's not a terrible idea, since Assault still needs a resource as well. So we'll start with Space Felucia then, maybe. Oh, I should actually start with Space Magneto, because that's the map where I can actually show both clips easily. Alright. So for the recording here, this is for snipping and highlighting and everything. I'm gonna just take this entire VOD and timestamp everything. Alright. So, starting off with Assaults. We're going right into Assault. So, first I want to cover the double points glitch really quickly. So, let me pull up the... Let's just pull up the droids, because we're going to do those in a second anyway. Frame rate's going to be a little funky. It's going to feel a little weird for me, but I'll get used to it. Is my screen properly locked, by the way? It is, okay. Alright, so double points glitch. This is extremely easy to do, and it's something you should be doing in your runs whenever you play Space Assault. And just in general, even if you're casually, this will speed up the process a lot for playing these Space Assaults in Galactic Conquest. If you're playing casually. Double points glitch allows you to get double points for destroying one of the two systems that are also on the inside. So the engines and the life support. So all you have to do to trigger double points is shoot the life supports external. Does not matter if the shield's up or not. It still registers. And shoot each engine. I'm going to show that works from the inside as well. Alright, so... the engines and life support are shot... Whoa. Hello? Why is it black screening? The fuck? Where's no one? Huh? Wow, what the fuck? Hold on. Is this because... Let me take off, like, window mode. Hold on. We'll start over real quick, because that's a little sus. I don't know what that was about. I've never seen that happen before. I've never had that happen. Why is that happening? Did Steam Overlay suddenly turn itself on or something? I don't know, that was weird. Okay. Space Assault, it's at 32 AI. Go into it. Okay. Wait, why is... Hold on, I just noticed why it's black screening. Hold on. Why is Discord overlay all of a sudden back on? Come on. What? I never turned that back on. I've had that off for fucking ever. Oh my god. Discord overlay decided to turn itself back on. I don't want Discord overlay. Why do they... Don't turn it on. What? Is that why? Because they added like a weird legacy for overlay and automatically toggled it on? Is that why? Going again. Thank you for the watch. Have a good night, Fanny. Okay, let's see if like that fixes things. Okay, I gotta turn the window map mode back on, and it wasn't windowed mode. Discord decided just to update, so add like a legacy overlay thing, and then just flip it on themselves, even though I had that shit turned off. That's cool. Thanks, Discord. I appreciate that. Souls. Okay. Let's try this again. I do not want Discord overlay, because it messes up this game entirely. Alright. Here we go again. Alright. Alright, y'all. Let's get started on Space Assault. Let's get going. I'm gonna cover the... we're gonna start covering the double points glitch, and then we're gonna go into the clips themselves. Just since Assault does need a resource, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this out of the way, get the resource out there to help teach stuff really quick. Best it says Assault also needs resources anyway, because people need to learn that. So... Alright, so I'm gonna be using 1.3/1.5. I have the Anakin remaster thing for a fixed HUD, just for the just for like showing stuff, and you'd be able to free cam to better show the angle of what we're doing. So first glitch we're to cover really quickly, it's the double points glitch. You should be using it every time you're playing, even casually. This will help you a lot, just speeding up this mode. So we're gonna spawn... This is not a great spawn, but this should work. So we're always gonna take the bombers. That's the majority of the time. So as the droids, we'll cover the clip later, but first let's cover double points glitch. How this glitch works is that you have to first, if you shoot and damage the externals of the life support and the engines, you have to shoot every engine, by the way. You have to shoot all the individual engines to get the double points, or you won't get as many points. So for a Republic cruiser, for example, I have to shoot both of the engines on the outside. While for the Alliance, there's a lot of like individual engine parts you have to shoot. So what you have to do is, it doesn't matter if the shield's up, it'll still work. We shoot the externals, and then we destroy the internals of those systems. So we're gonna shoot the life support first. You'll know if you damage it, if you see the health bar like get lowered a bit, you see the shots connecting with life support. We're gonna shoot. These two count as one engine, by the way. They're both connected. Alright, both of them shot. Now we're gonna go inside. We're gonna land. If I can, the game's kind of freaking out a bit. I'm only showing the internal route because you can do this on... You can easily do this. If you don't want to do clips. Alright, so we're gonna destroy the engines. And you just notice how many points I get. Normally you only get like maybe 16. I got 46. So you can tell just how big of a buff the double points are. So I'm gonna destroy the life support real quick as well, just so you can get an idea. And that's essentially how the double points glitch works. It's incredibly easy to pull off. Just remember to shoot the externals is shoot every external component for the engines, especially. And that depends on the faction as well, because every capital ship has a different amount of engines parts you have to destroy. Shoot, so just keep that in mind. Another double points, and there's no timer on this either. It only goes away. The double points only like stops working if you die. And it also works from inside the ships as well, which I'll cover in a moment for ship clipping. So now we're gonna cover the ship clips. We're gonna start with the droids. The droids only have one way to clip inside, and it's honestly, like, it's not too bad to learn, but it is timing specific. You have to be at the hangar at a specific time to be able to pull this off. So if you're there at the wrong time, it won't work. So honestly, for the droids, I wouldn't really worry about the clip too much. If you can get it, great. But this is only really useful on Space Magneto and Space Kashyyyk. And Space Kashyyyk's a little trickier to do. Space Magneto is fairly easy depending if you have a close enough spawn to the bomber. Also, is chat showing up in the top right? Someone send a message real quick. I don't know if it's sending correctly. I'll check in a second. We'll show the CIS clip first. They only have one clip inside, unfortunately. There is another funny variant of the same clip using a clone trooper head or something, but it's like extremely niche and like super difficult and not worth it. So I'm gonna shoot the externals right here while we're waiting. So we're gonna wait for this LAT to show up. So this LAT will usually come out at around about the same time, something like 18-20 seconds. By the time you leave the hangar, get to this spot, if you stall a bit here, the LAT should come out. We might have to wait a little bit. While you're waiting, you want to bomb the frigate while you're waiting. Okay, now it's coming out. Now we're gonna bomb it immediately. This is a little tricky. And I have to restart because I got trolled. I got trolled by the game a bit. That's another thing why this clip is not really recommended to do as a beginner. And you're never really, like, for every single Clone Wars one, it's recommended just to play the clones instead with the V-Wing or stealing a Strike Bomber. Because they are far more, have more consistent results overall. Alright, so now we're going to destroy this LAAT. I missed, but it's whatever. Now we want to like press. Normally you destroy that LAAT and you get a bunch of extra points, and that's something you should go out your way to do. You get on the way in while clipping inside to get those points. Is you get a big chunk of points for killing an LA the transport. But we're going to like push ourselves like kind of like right up against where the LAT spawns, because another LAT is about to spawn here. And if we line ourselves just right, we'll get pushed through the floor. It's gonna happen for the in the Alliance hangar as well, but it's a little sketchier. So we're gonna kind of bump ourselves against the floor a bit. And that's the clip. I would slow it down just so you get an idea like how you have to press yourself in. You have to work with that. As soon as that LAT leaves the hangar, you have a few seconds to get lined up into position. And you have to get in at the correct timing, because you can't just land. You cannot just land. That's the important tip. You can't just land in the position. You have to be still, like, flying. Like, hovering over the ground. And at that kind of angle. If you mess up, you can die. That's why it's... If you want to learn it, I would learn it, because it can definitely help you speed the process along. For the droids. But I recommend just taking the easy path if you don't want to worry about this. And just shoot the externals. Get inside. Destroy the internals for double points, and the farm kills, and destroy the some outside system stuff as usual. Now, while you're inside of here, as the droids, you kind of want to shoot this little external here as well. And this is incredibly tight. The Republic Cruiser has the tightest like movement in the game. In all the capital ships, you don't really have a lot of room to move. So it's a little tricky. Prioritize destroying the shield generator is my recommendation first, because that'll help you help your team be able to start destroying other systems for you. A note for Space Magneto specifically is this comms array, for whatever reason, isn't like designed correct, isn't like set up correctly. And it isn't shielded, so you can actually destroy the comms array without shooting the shield, so it's a poor tidbit to remember if you're not going to go for the, not going to destroy the internal shields. You can destroy the comms array without destroying the shields. So we're going to bomb the life support and the engines from the inside. Now, one also big weakness for the droids as well is that they don't have an easy way to bomb the hangar to kill clones, like unlike every other faction that does have a way to kill the other team with bombs. So you can't really abuse this for too long. You can kind of see there's like no room. The collision in this area is like too tight, and the bombs won't reach the hangar. The Republic Grapple ship is probably the most, airtight out of all of them. There's no other way to clip in here. To get back out, you can go from below or something. And then you kind of spend your time bombing the frigates and the externals and stuff. Destroy any LATs you can, like this. The Strike Bomber is the best bomber in the game. It does have a kind of a small, like, short arc. That's okay. And you just kind of just go as business as usual after you're done here. And that's it for the droids. Now, on Space Felucia, you cannot do this. You don't have a choice. The timing is already kind of strict, but it's just not really workable to clip inside this way. Now, at Space Kashyyyk, you can clip in this way, but it's a little difficult to do. The timing can be a little trickier than Space Magneto. But if you want an easy path, just shoot the externals for the assault, and you'll be fine. Shoot the externals, destroy the internals, and then farm kills, destroy the ships and the comms array and stuff, etc., etc. Now, let's cover the clones now. The clones are pretty autopilot. You can do these the same exact way every time. I'll show you two ways you can do the clones. I'll show you the harder way first, which I don't recommend ever doing unless you're really confident in your abilities to survive. You take, for this map and for Kashyyyk, I don't recommend doing this as on Space Felucia at all. On Space Felucia, which I'll show later, I'll show each of these how you do them. I think. We're gonna shoot the life support. This is the hard way. You can already see I'm already the problem. I'm pretty low on health. It's pretty hard to get here. Then we're gonna take the strike bomber. And then with normally there's a transport out here, but I took too long. So you would take the time to destroy the transport as coming out right about the same time you get there. You destroy it, and then you go for this clip. This is the hardest way to do this clip. And I'll explain why in a moment. So you want to angle your ship like this against you want to, every time you want to clip in here, you want to like line up your ship like perpendicular here, this strike bomber specifically. You kind of want to lay it flat against the ship at this angle along this black line. It's hard to see. Whoa. Okay. I want to restart the map. And it just spawns the droids because the droid starfighters were shooting the ship. Which made it really hard for me to see, or to clip in. You would steal the strike bomber. You lay your ship just right here. You see right up here. You see like this spot here. You see where this dark line gets a little darker here? At this split? You see like a little gray box here? That's where you want to like kind of like pull like right about where the cockpit is. It's where you want to start pulling your ship down into the capital ship. So I'm going to, oh my goodness. I'm going to do this in full motion. It's a little hard for me to do it slow. I'm just going to show it in full motion. You want to make sure you're fully slowed down as well, else you won't clip inside. I failed. This is also the hardest variant, is why I don't recommend clipping into the ship this way. Unless you're an expert, because this is a very difficult clip to pull off. Like, even someone like me that's like put a lot of time into learning these, and I know I can do them pretty easily. This one's still really difficult. But now you see my clipped in here, right? That's how you do the strike bomber away. So, I don't recommend that. Just keep it simple. Pause the clones. Switch their spawn for this map. You see a better spawn. Get into V-Wing. Do the same thing as before. Shoot the life support as you go. This map is a little bugged, and sometimes the life support doesn't give you double points for sometimes. It's a little buggy. The bug is a little buggy here. Huh. So we're gonna wait. The transport should be coming out in a second. It's still off cycle, but durably this transport would be already out here already, but for some reason it's not coming out. It might be bugged. My AI count might be bugged. Anyway, you would destroy the transport here as soon as it comes out, but by the time you get here to V-Wing, this transport's already outside, and you destroy it. Now, keep in mind the bombs have a longer range and a bit of slower firing patterns. Keep that in mind. Now, for the V-Wing, you don't have to turn your ship at all. Just keep it facing this way. And same idea, but a lot easier. The reason why it's so much easier is because the V-Wing has a much smaller hitbox compared to the strike bomber. So it sits in here quite a lot easier. So once you're in here, you want to, just to keep it easy, you're going to give yourself some space. You're going to sort your shield generator first. And normally I would destroy the life support on the way in, but I don't recommend doing that. It's a little too tight for beginners. Then bomb the sensor relay. Stay a little close, and then make sure you don't do that. I don't know what happened there. Guess I got a little too close. Normally I could take that really risky, and that's fine. So I have to rage trigger the double points glitch. This is gonna be clean as we're doing it on stream as well, so it's not gonna be the cleanest demonstration, but it should be fine. Again, just follow like, exactly where the clip, where I said where the clip is gonna be, the clipping spot. And just do it a little slower. Make sure you slow all the way down. And just slip on inside. I messed it up, unfortunately. This is the hardest clip, by the way. None of them get harder in this. You can also destroy life support like this, if you're confident. Otherwise, I'll just give yourself some space to destroy it. Bomb the hangar a bit. And what I do is like I make sure you shoot the engines as well, by the way. Don't destroy the internals before you shoot the externals, else you're gonna like lose out on double points. So we're come back around. You can either take a tight angle to destroy the engines or give yourself some space again. It only takes 3 connected bombs to destroy an internal, by the way. And I'll keep cycling around, destroying the sensor relay while bombing the hangar. And right here, from here you want to keep looping this, where you go back and forth. If you sensor relay still up, you do a little bombing run of this, get a little close, whip back around, and then if the transport's in here, which it is, you bomb it. If it has units, after a little bit, bomb the transport so you get all the points for killing it before it can take off, while killing units around it. You can only get the habit of just doing that. And if you're not feeling great about your points, you can just destroy the comms array and stuff, like all the usual stuff. That's the general idea. Space Bike Geo is fairly straightforward. And every, like, Clone Wars map you're gonna play this way for the clones. Go to Space Felucia. Again, the droids cannot do, like, the, clip. So they have to just do like, normal strats. That's why I have double points. You still want to do double points glitch, but you can't do the clip here. For the clones, spawn at the LAAT. Get in the V-Wing. And then you just bomb... Gives yourself the space to be able to bomb the frigate from as far as possible. Get as many as possible. Getting some little chip damage here to help, like, make sure this next bombing run kills. Shoot the life support. And if you're lucky, you can destroy the transport that's out here. I'm not quite lucky enough. I can't really see it. Bad angle. It's whatever. I should have prioritized the transport. Doesn't really matter for this demonstration. So again, we're gonna just clip inside here. And you're just gonna repeat this routine. I'll show a more clean, like, routine of what this should look like. Feel free to take this safer if you'd like. Try the shield generator, get a little bombing to the hangar. I'm gonna get closer, shoot the engines. And then start bombing the sensor relay. Get myself a little bit of space. Ammo man. Bomb the hangar. If there's a transport in here, hopefully you would destroy it. And kill any droids around it. Space Felucia is a little inconsistent in terms of, like, being able to destroy the transports. So it's unfortunately kind of hard to manage that consistently. And you'll kind of repeat this. For Space Kashyyyk, I'll show that real quick as well, just so you get the idea. You just bomb... Space Kashyyyk is the same exact idea for the clones. Destroy the transport along the way. Shoot the life support first, get a little bombing run on the frigate as well while you're doing that. And then destroy the droid transport after it comes out of the hangar, and then clip inside. Destroy the life support. Bomb the droids around the transport. If not, bomb the transport itself if you can to reset it. Damage the engines. Destroy the engines. Destroy the shield generator. And get some damage on the sensor relay while bombing the hangar in between that. After just the shield gen, after the sensor relay is dead, you kind of just do whatever. So now we're gonna cover really quick the Rebels and the Empire. Empire's a bunch of variations to keep in mind. So we'll do the Rebels first. The Rebels have a very, very easy clip. You do them all of them. So for the Rebels, you want to grab the Y-Wing. The Rebels, unfortunately, have a kind of rough one. Whoa. Whoa, where am I? What the... What? What just happened to me? Okay. I don't know what that Y-Wing did to me. Okay, so this is the easiest clip in the game. There is a ridiculously huge gap in the collision for the Star Destroyers. Gotta be honest, I don't know how they didn't catch this one. So, all you have to do is just come... Hopefully I don't die. Just from that. You see these, like, little triangles here? You only get a little far past them, and then you just slide right on in. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just get past those little black triangles there, and then slide on in. You can do this with almost any ship, even the LAT can fit in here. It's that big of a gap. And then from here, you just do a little bombing in the hangar along the way, destroy the engines, destroy the life support, destroy the shield generator. Now the Rebels, I'll show really quick how difficult it can, how you have to bomb here. You have to kind of bomb at this angle. You can't just shoot everywhere, anywhere, because some of the bombs will get caught on the collision of the wall. So just keep that in mind. You kind of want to take this angle for bombing. Space Yavin is the most relevant for this strat. But any map you can do this on. You kind of hope you don't get space off as the Rebels. That's the roughest one. Now we're going to cover the Empire. Now they have a few clip variations. First I'm going to show the... Let's just show the easy way in. How I recommend doing it. First we're going to spawn it as a TIE fighter. And then we're going to shoot the life support. I'm just going to show the strat I fully recommend. Keep in mind you can clip into the Alliance hangar using the same clip that the CIS uses to clip inside the Republic hangar. The clip through. I don't really recommend that. So here you want to like take this angle here. Wait, get a little past that little wall. And then right past where the shields are here. There's little highlights on the wall here. As soon as you get past it, you can slide in right through here. The TIE Fighter has a really easy time clipping inside. Or slow all the way down. I messed it up as I did that. It's hard for me to like clip inside like that when I'm like constantly pausing. So I'll restart the map real quick. The funny thing about the TIE Fighter, why I'm using the TIE Fighter, is that the TIE Fighter is like, for some reason, has a weird buff against the internals for the Rebels. They do bonus damage. And I'll call it. They do extra damage that they really shouldn't be able to do, and so for that reason, they can just really easily destroy the internals. Unlike any other fighter in the game. No other fighter can do this. Just showing the clip in motion. That's how easy this is. This is a little harder than the Alliance clip, but the TIE Fighter can slide in here pretty easily. So from here, we're going to destroy the shield generator real quick. Let's see, it destroyed the shield generator in one like thing. Use the lasers to help you guide where your missiles are going to hit so you don't waste them. And now we're going to whip around and we're going to shoot each engine. You have to shoot each of these. Everywhere where there's a red reticle, you have to shoot that engine. And now we're going to whip around. And we're going to destroy the engines. I would recommend destroying this Y-Wing here while out of bounds along the way so a new one, fresh one can respawn, especially if the enemy's in it. I'm gonna let them get in so they get out of here. Now we're gonna steal a Y-Wing. Just waiting for a Y-Wing to spawn. Now, this very important note about Space Hall specifically as the Empire. Your laser cannons have a perfect angle on this command bridge and will start damaging the heck out of it. Now, if those laser turrets destroy the command bridge, your team does not get credit for the kill for whatever reason. So you can't get your points stolen from you here. So let them do damage a bit. It will take a little bit from destroy it. Now for this clip, you do the same thing as a TIE fighter, but instead you have to make sure your ship is like parallel with the Rebel ship. That's only it. That's it, really. You can slip on in otherwise pretty easily. Transports out, or if you see the transport in here, immediately kill it so you can get a fresh spawn. Now just bomb the hangar from here while keeping an eye on this command bridge. It's low enough for me to get the points, but it's a little tight. It can almost be a little RNG if you can destroy it or not, due to like how much your team messes with it. Now the Rebel hangar is the easiest hangar to bomb out of all of them. You can just shoot it from anywhere and it'll probably work. I have to show different things for the Empire because it's a little difficult. Alright, so we're gonna quit out. Now we're gonna go to, let's see, Space Yavin. Space Yavin, if you're playing the Empire, you do the same thing you did for Space Hoth. It just sucks because the Rebels have such a big advantage on Yavin because your team's stuck in their hangar. It's not too bad. Space Tatooine, I have to cover separately because it's a little different. Because a funny thing about Space Tatooine on that layout, the side, if you know the side of the ship we clipped into to get out into the out of bounds area of the capital ship for the Rebels, that side of the ship is actually where the hangar is for Space Tatooine. And so we can't do the Y-Wing clip the same way we did. We could do the TIE Fighter clip the same way. But we can't do the Y-Wing clips. We have to do a different clip with the Y-Wing. I won't cover the Rebels because you do the same thing as the Rebels everywhere. For the Empire here, we're first going to take a TIE Fighter immediately. And we're going to go to first person. I prefer going to first person for this, to line up. We're going to shoot 3 missiles at the frigate here. And then we're going to shoot these 3 engine parts while we're here, while waiting. And now we're gonna zoom to steal a Y-Wing. There's 2 ways to do this. You can either zoom to steal a Y-Wing after this, or go clip inside. I recommend doing this TIE Fighter thing first. If you don't want to, like, learn this really difficult Y-Wing clip. So I'm gonna show the easy way. But I'm dead. I'll show what I recommend doing as a beginner. Do the same thing again because I got blown up instantly by the one-shot. That can happen sometimes in space. You get one-shot by other ships. Now, Space Tatooine also annoyingly has debris RNG, which can make it a lot harder to shoot these systems. Now, here's what I recommend doing. Make sure you have your missiles ready. Now we're going to whip around. And we're slow all the way down. Make sure you're slow down, and then you can clip in the same way. Now we're going to shoot these other systems here. Give yourself a little bit of space. Make sure you get a line up. It's hard to see, but make sure you're despite using the lasers to line up. Make sure you're damaging them. And then we're gonna get ourselves some space and steal and then destroy the engine part. Now here's another 2 ways you can go about this. Now, if you're not confident about the Y-Wing clip, I recommend just killing Rebels on the inside after destroying the, destroy some systems on the outside, destroy the frigates. Do that instead. Because this clip I'm going to show is probably the most difficult one to do out of the bunch here. We're going to get a fresh Y-Wing. We're going to get farm some kills while we're waiting. This is the easy strat, by the way. Remember, if you're not confident, don't do the Y-Wing clip, just do the TIE Fighter thing. We're gonna do a little bombing on this Corvette real quick, just to get a little extra damage out. Now you want to slow down all the way coming into this clip, and then make sure to line up this way, and then slowly pull yourself up. I got unlucky. I'm gonna show this from the perspective of the Rebels, to do the same clip there. Make my life a little bit easier. Because this clip is hard. It's very easy to mess up. Now we're gonna whip around. I don't know why I didn't get slowed down. That was weird. Or make sure we flat the anger. Why am I not getting? Hello? Is there something up with the 1. This version of the game? Why am I not getting slowed down? It's supposed to be a slowdown. Why is it not happening? What? Wait. It might be something bugged. Because I'm not getting slowed down on the Y-Wing. Wow, the slowdown isn't triggering properly. That's weird. I've never seen it happen before. It might be a 1.5, like the fake console thing. The 1.3 patch. Definitely. Let's make it a lot harder to show this clip. This makes life a lot harder for me. I might have to, like, boot up the OG version real quick. The non-like, 1.3 version of the game. I'll like boot this version up to make my life easier for fake consoling. This will show stuff to be easier, but this is rough. You want to fly at the hangar to get the slowdown. You want to angle yourself up a bit. And there you go. And then from there, you would start bombing the hangar and the LAATs and stuff, like always. And you know what? My recommended cycle is shooting the comms array. And then bombing the hangar and making that kind of pass. This clip is so tricky. I'll do it again if I can. I don't recommend doing this as a beginner, because this is by far the hardest, like, clip to get down properly. And I think this version's bugged, so it's not really doing me any favors. You want to wait until you get this hangar slowed out, and then slowly pull your shit up. And then you can clip inside with the Y-Wing. That's the clip. I would slow that back down to get an idea. Get a better feel, like, how I clip inside. Remember, just wait for the hangar slowdown first before you start pulling up. Otherwise, you'll crash and burn. Now, I'm going to show, like, how the harder strat for the Empire, if you want to. Same idea, initial idea. Fire 3 bombs at this frigate. That's a little weird. Shoot these engines here, and then book it to the hangar to steal a Y-Wing as quickly as possible. That LAT is launching way earlier than usual. Oh, that launched really early. That might have been because I waited too long. But you would normally be able to get into the Y-Wing to then destroy this LAT. Make sure you destroy it so you get those points. I can't because it's too far away, but I'll just go destroy it right away as soon as you get in the Y-Wing. Get out, destroy the LAT, and then come do this. You're going to do the Y-Wing clip immediately instead of doing anything with the TIE Fighter. So you don't have to do 2 clips in a row. Like that. Again, that is a really difficult clip. I'm just really practiced at it. Even then, I still messed up a couple times. It is not easy. I don't think I recommend it as a beginner. For the relay, you won't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about... The only thing you have to worry about for the relay race is the droids. And that's kind of situational. But you would do the same thing you did with the TIE Fighter here, just with the Y-Wing. And the benefit of this is that you don't have to reclip ever. You don't have to reclip again, and it's a lot easier to destroy the transport. Make sure you get those points. And guarantee you be able to bomb the hangar more consistently. So have to rely on your team destroying the LAT. And that's basically it for for Assault. There's nothing else for me to really cover. The clones, you play every map basically the same way. Empire's a little bit variation here and there. Rebels, you play every map the same way. The droids, you can play every map the same way as well. But you have the option of doing the clip on Space Kashyyyk and Space Magneto with the LAT if you're confident in doing that. If you're not, I don't recommend doing that. I would just do double points glitch and then move on. And that covers the Assault portion of this in this like section. Did that do a good job covering everything? I think I did an okay job covering like all the little bits and pieces there. I hope that was a decent like help. The only really difficult one is the droid clip. The clip. Every other one, outside the Y-Wing clip for the Space Tatooine for the Rebels, is like fairly straightforward, pretty easy. And the Y-Wing one, you just skip out entirely if you don't want to do it. And so you can do the same thing for the droids if you're not confident in that either. How's everybody feeling about this? Do you think I was helpful a bit? I hope that was useful. I hope I did a good job explaining things. I was a tiny bit scatterbrained, and also it's a little bit tricky. Did I do a good job? Thank you. I'm really worried about doing a good job explaining things. Alright, so that's... I did not mean to trigger this to restart the game real quick. Accidentally open up buddies. Alright, so... that's Assault covered. Now we're gonna get into, Galactic Conquest. And we're going to individual maps. So, now for some maps, if the strategy is basically the same between both sides, between both eras for that side of the map, I'll probably just skip out and covering them, just to save myself some life. Well, I'll think about it. First start with the droids and then go to the Rebels. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm going to use board manip glitches and stuff just to make my life easier for getting around the board and showing stuff. So let me open up the CIS file. The CIS has no board manip, but I'm sure covering the maps as they all are here. Alright, so everything here, we're going to just cover the maps and what to do here. We're going to go to the droids and the Rebels for right now. I'm going to pull up the resource, the map layout as well as needed. Help explain stuff a bit better. For like where the pathing will go. Alright. So first we're going to do Tatooine. Tatooine is a little tricky. It depends on what bonuses you have. I'd fully let's see. I know the board manip is CIS. But for the majority of these maps, you're gonna be running hero bonus. Almost like 90% of the time, outside of one map in particular, for Felucia. Every other map, you're gonna be running hero bonus, because that's just faster. And a lot more consistent. I'm gonna turn off my bow and starry eyes now. So we're gonna start off with, let's do Camino first, actually. That'll make my life easier. Oh, hello. Oh, right, because I'm in my mod file, so my save files are a little different here. Just ignore this because I'm using the remaster thing, the little patch, the Anakin remaster patch thing. Make my life a little easier for showing everything. This is gonna be like, this isn't gonna be the normal board you see. So we'll start with Camino. We're gonna buy hero bonus. I fully recommend just running hero bonus like on almost every single one of these maps. Aside Felucia. But if I had to bring a bonus, I would bring auto turrets probably. For 90% of the time, unless I say otherwise. Combat shielding will be your number 2 best bonus, due to like its survivability gives you and your team. Back to tanks is pretty bad. The healing is too slow to be really useful. Sabotage is only useful for space missions, so if you... And even then, it's pretty limited use. It's not very helpful. So really, I recommend just focusing on either auto turrets, combat shielding, or hero bonus, depending on the map. So anytime I don't cover the heroes, is to remember that just bring auto turrets or combat shielding, depending on the map. And I'll bring up like kind of which one I kind of prefer, personally, but you can run either of those two and it'll be kind of okay. So we're gonna bring hero bonus, because that's why I fully recommend. You do a lot of the same things we do here, but just bring like, you know. Now for unit purchases, that's up to your discretion, depending on how you want to handle things. A lot of the Board Manip routes do include, like, buying at least one unit. Usually the heavy class, in most of them. And at least the CIS for the Rebels, you buy a Vanguard. The Republic, you might buy an Engineer at the very end of the run. At the Empire, you buy a Dark Trooper pretty early, and then buy a Heavy at the end. Or buy a Heavy early instead. For no Board Manip, it's a lot more open-ended, because it's kind of based on warrior comfort and what you want to bring. Like, Sniper gets a lot more utilization as well. Snipers are generally pretty solid to get due to their speed, move around the map, and their toolkit is very strong. They also come with their own auto turrets, which can be helpful sometimes. Not as strong as mines, but they can be useful. Super Battle Droids are also... I love the Super Battle Droid, but they do have, like, a good bit of a learning curve for getting really good at them. So if you're not comfortable with the Super Battle Droid, then you can default to the Sniper instead. But I'll bring up units where they'll be useful, depending. You'll never ever really have enough credits to put forth for the Droideka or the Magna Guard. If out of these elite classes, I would bring the Droideka. But you're likely not going to be able to buy them in a run. But now that I covered the units, we're going to cover Camino first. Now, we're going to start the map. But first, we're going to cover, like, we're going to do a little fun thing here. Hope you're all ready for this. So, give me 1 sec. Let me grab the L here. Yes, I have the map layout for every map. Loaded up here. Alright, resize to 150. Look at that. We've got the map layout here. It's based on the droids are take the top side map, right? I'm not... Okay, yeah. Just making sure. Alright, so the droids... Now, for every base planet, if you're the defending team, like if it's your home planet, almost 90% of the time, unless you're playing the Rebels, in one specific instance, because the Hoth is extremely easy and fast for the Rebels and the Empire, but especially the Rebels. Every other base planet, just quit out if you're playing the defending team. It's not worth the time. So anytime I'm covering these maps, it's just gonna be for the attacking team. For the droids here, for example. So you want to start at Command Post 1 here. Oh, well, let me change the color, the thing here. Start at Command Post 1. And you're going to take this path, following along this path here. You're going to jump down. Go back around here. Go to Command Post 3. And capture it. Fully capture it. Then once it's blue, either spawn Django. Either you want to spawn Django right now, if you got enough kills to be able to spawn Django, spawn in here. Otherwise, run to number 4. I want to say this is full. Full cap. And we're going to say N for neutral. Anytime I say F is going to be for full caps, N is going to be for neutral, and we're going to leave it at that. I've got a bot in the chat, hold on. Got it. And then you're going to want to come up here, take this path, and then... So a couple things to watch out for. Let me pull up a red. The clones will have some troops coming through this path, and they'll either try to go directly to 1, or they'll go to command post 0. So pay attention to your map. The enemy team, you also want to clear out some clones, because if there are clones sitting in this little vicinity here, they will path to 4 on their own. So make sure you clear out what clones are there a little bit along the way up. So basically, as you're on the way up, just clear out any extra clones here. And pay attention to this area. And there will also be clones sitting on these turrets. And I'm marking them in red. These clones here can cause problems for your team and like keep them from moving forward sometimes. So it can be good to snipe them along the way. But usually you should be playing Django moving along this way. So I covered the pathing. Let me show the actual map in action. So we're going to spawn as a super battle droid real quick. We're going to spawn as Django. And we're going to book it to the back. I spawned a little late, so it might be a little funky. I fully recommend just spawning as Django here. Oh wait, is this the strat? I might be forgetting the correct strat. Now we're gonna commit. Django is just safer and faster. Now, if you can tell on the map, there are clones on the top left. And the enemy team is contesting 1 a lot. So this is where a reset point would be. I think I actually just took too long. So let me just restart real quick. It took too long to actually start the map. Now, if you don't want to bring hero bonus, you can also bring the, like, combat shielding instead. Alright, run Django. Super Jets can help you a lot. Wondering what that is. It's just spamming jump the scroll wheel and just spamming jump whenever you have the fuel to. And you just go slingshot yourself. Now this map is pretty RNG, unfortunately. Depending on what the clones do. It's fairly consistent, but sometimes the clones do a really good job. If you notice a teammate pathing towards 3, don't normally do this, but because I see a droid coming this way, I'm just gonna move immediately. Now we'll take the time to try to get their attention a bit. Because the clones are kind of dominating the space a bit. Oh, right! I just realized something. Okay, I need to turn this mod off real quick. Actually, give me a second. I just realized what's happening. Hold on. I just realized what's happening right now. And why it's actually, like, being a problem. I want to launch the base game. I don't really need the fake console thing anymore anyway. So what was happening there is that the 1.5 like little thing comes with like the heroes being able to show up for the enemy team, and it's bugged for Got the conquest. Alright, there we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, there we go. My hero bonus. Because the enemy team was having hero. That was actually what was happening. His hero bonus is bugged on the little extra thing. They're playing Django. Using our chest for a little extra movement. And now we shouldn't have this problem. Now the clones have like a bit of a domination here. This is still RNG that can happen. Your team should still hold out just fine, but it's a little sketchy. I fully recommend this full capping Command Post 3. Just capture the cloning chamber. Unless you see a teammate already on their way in here, it's not worth taking the risk. A little movement here. Make sure your team has like a way to push forward here. And make sure to keep an eye out for clones that are padding towards the cloning chamber. And now we're just gonna we're gonna start clearing out the clones here. I missed a couple clones, they ignore me. Recommendation is to use time bombs. You're loading. It'll be pretty difficult to survive the Django. If you have good aim, you can make this work if you make a good use of the flamethrower in between shots. The team never flipped this command post here. Your team should usually capture his command posts by now, but sometimes they don't due to the game locked out. It happens. I wouldn't worry too much about it. And that's Camino. This map is pretty straightforward and pretty easy, but sometimes you can get trolled here by the enemy team getting to command post 1 and flipping it, or command post 0 and flipping it. But if you do your job right, you can get around that. That's also why I recommend Django. Save real quick. I'm not gonna pay too much attention to what the Republic's doing. I'm gonna let them go the normal route here. Okay, game. I'm trying to demonstrate maps. Alright, so I'm just gonna go to each map individually from here. So, Tatooine, another map I recommend hero bonus on. If I had to choose a bonus, I would take the auto turrets here. Now, one tip I have for the droids is to actually pack friendly fire. Because the droids, unlike every other faction, the super battle droids only have wrist rockets, so they're not as liable to team kill as every other faction that has grenades. So the clones are gonna blow themselves up a lot more frequently. So bringing out auto turrets is actually a pretty good option on a lot of these maps. Combat shielding is also a decent choice on some maps, depending. But auto turrets I fully recommend on Mos Eisley if you have to bring auto turrets and you can't have hero. But I'm just gonna focus on the hero variation. You basically do the same exact strats, but it's a little tougher because you're playing as a trooper. So I'm gonna pack the hero. Now, let's pull up the thing for, let's pull up Mos Eisley here. Resize. Now, for this map, now the red is gonna be droids here. So if you're playing here immediately, you don't have assault droid, you'd start here at command post 4, kill clones that are pathing from here. Kill the clones that are coming from here. They'll always be pathing through here and through here. You want to kill the clones that are like in this vicinity. Just make sure they don't capture Cantina from you. But what you want to do is neutral 3, and then take this path to kill any clones that are on this side. And then go into 2 from here. Just look out for any clones that are pathing from this way to cut across into CP3. Don't let them get past you. Just, if you see them here, try to kill them if you can so they don't path to 3 and ruin things for you. And then you want to neutral Command Post 2. And then you want to rush Command Post 1. F or... So you want to either full cap or neutral Command Post 1. This enemy team, the pathing they'll take at the start of the map, they'll path to Command Post 6, and it's pretty RNG as to whether they step on or not. Most of the time, they'll start capturing. So if you notice, Command Post 6 is starting to flip earlier in the map, because they'll usually start flipping it by the time you get to Command Post 2. So, by Command Post 2, and you're on the way to 1, if you notice Command Post 6 is starting to flip, neutral Command Post 1, and book it to 6. Now, they'll either have a cap, if they cap Command Post 6, just get on Command Post, either start flipping it, and just flip it and cap it. And hopefully the rest of the map goes fine. If not... wait, if they haven't capped it yet, but they're about to, let them cap it for a moment, and then step on and immediately flip it. Now, a recommended thing is if you have the Assault Droid on deck and the hero bonus, what I recommend is first spawn as Assault Droid. I'll call, say, AD here. Set mines here at both entrances, and then an extra one in the center. Like right about here. We're at the front. Those little marks are the mines, and then respawn to the 4, and then do the same process as Maul. Or a Super Battle Droid, depending on your luck, or Sniper, or whatever. If you don't have hero bonus for whatever reason, you don't have the credits for it. This is why Assault Droid is very helpful, and I'm going to show on the Naboo as well as to why they're helpful. That's kind of the general idea what we're going to go for here. I'm not going to show the Assault Droid thing. So now we're going to start as the droids. I'm going to restart the map real quick. This is another thing that can happen here. I recommend just quitting out, reloading your save right before that fight. Now, if you're playing in Relay, I don't know what to say, unfortunately. You can't really do anything about that. What is happening here? Did I save over the wrong save? I saved over the wrong save. I'm a little dumb. I have to re-grab my file. Good thing I have it. Good thing I downloaded that file. Whatever. Alright. I'm gonna leave them. Alright, play Tatooine. We're gonna spawn at 4, Cantina. And I'm not gonna do my fancy movement here. You should like kill these clones here. Just make sure you kill these clones. I have a really fancy movement I do here, but I'm not gonna show it. If you want to see the fancy movement, you can look at the run. But make sure you kill the clones here. What the heck? Fortunately, some clones will spawn in there, which is pretty obnoxious. We're gonna go wrap around here, just make sure there's no clones here. And then we're gonna book it to Command Post 2, make sure we kill the clones that are right next to our pathing to 3. And if you notice, Command Post 6 is starting to get flipped. It's already flipped, honestly. Yeah, it's unfortunate RNG. It's a little slow on starting the map. But normally they don't start flipping 6 until you get Command Post 1. That's just a little slow. for various reasons, trying to demonstrate stuff. So here, we will just start booking it to this command post. We're gonna go to command post 6, kill clones along the way, and we're gonna start just killing them while flipping. Alternatively, you can go for reinforcement depletion, but I don't recommend it on this map because clones are everywhere, can be everywhere. And then turrets, which can make it a pain for your team to actually help you out and finishing them off. Especially with Jawas preparing everything constantly. Now we're gonna capture 6. So can't really trust teammates. There's someone at 1. Mos Eisley is definitely the map that's probably the biggest pain to get through. Because of stuff like this, it can be definitely rough. This strat is pretty straightforward. Just remember, spawn Cantina, kill clones on the way to Command Post 3, neutral Command Post 3, then rush Command Post 2 using the pathing I did to kill off any clones along the way, so they don't flip Cantina. They move to Command Post 1, and if they start capturing 6 while you're doing that, neutral Command Post 1, and then go deal with that. Pretty straightforward. It's not too difficult. Alright. Next map we're gonna move to is Kashyyyk. I'm not gonna show the proper order of things, I'm just gonna show the maps. We're gonna do Kashyyyk here. Kashyyyk, I recommend bringing Hero. If you're not gonna bring Hero, combat shielding. But Hero every time for this map, for the droids. So we're gonna spawn a Shango immediately, and we're gonna take a snail tank. We're gonna rush back here. And then we're gonna fly over the gate. Well, saying it's a couple time bombs to help you a little efficient here. Good thing to keep an eye out for in this map is to make sure you kill any Wookiees and clones that are hanging around here. Don't capture yet until you clear these guys out, otherwise they can flip it on you. It can cause you problems. And while you're doing all this in the back, your team should at least be starting in neutral 3, if not already capturing it, depending on your luck. Hello? Who are you? Be very careful about Wookiees and stuff. They can cause problems. That Wookiee slowed me down, but this is actually pretty good luck otherwise. So our team would have flipped it a bit, and we wouldn't capture faster if anything unlucky. Kashyyyk is definitely one of the easiest maps in the run. It can also be the fastest, especially on this side of the map, if you get lucky enough for your team to cap. Just make sure you clear out Wookiees and clones on Command Post 4 that are hanging out in the treetops area, just to make sure they don't sneak behind you and cap. That's it, really. Pay attention to your minimap, and you'll look for any strays, and you'll be fine. Alright, next we're gonna go to Felucia. Now, Felucia is the one map I would recommend either... You could do Django for safety, which I'll show. But I also recommend just bringing auto turrets, or combat shielding. I recommend auto turrets for this side of the map, as the rebels and the droids. So I'm gonna show this strat. I bring auto turrets. If you have the credits to spare, I would instead bring Jango Fett, because Jango's health and movement with his super jet especially, and his precision pistol is so helpful on this map. If you don't have that option, Super Battle Droid's pretty good. We're gonna take the snail tank. And we're gonna get straight over this command post and we're gonna neutral it. And all the while, our team should be coming this way and we're neutral. Now the rough part about Felucia is that anything can happen here. You see, we're losing Command Post 4 even with auto turrets. The auto turrets do help, And they're very noticeable on this side of the map, but it's not easy. And again, there is a learning curve to using the Super Battle Droid. Now we're gonna leave while this is neutral. And we're gonna rush to Command Post 6. And you should be able to get a line of sight on... We're losing 1. What the... Who's over at 1? Yeah, see, this map sucks for this. It is very punishing. For, like, no reason. You can already see, like, a lot of things just go wrong on this map. If anything can go wrong on Felucia, it can go wrong. But again, auto turrets do help. They do help on this side of the map. It's just the fact that Felucia is just so RNG that it's not easy. The general idea is hopefully your team starts flipping the LAT spawn, Command Post 6. And we kind of have to play really well to clear out the LAT on our own. And then the clones flip to Command Post 3. This is the big thing about this map. The enemy team will just... are like... No matter what side you're on, the enemy team can like cause you a lot of problems. They can be pretty much anywhere and everywhere. So, sometimes you kind of just have to go with like reinforcement depletion on this map, and it's really rough. Now, I'll show Django. Unfortunately, Rebels can't do this, but it's whatever. If you have the option to play Django Fett, it's a lot safer and easier, and if you have, especially if you use Super Jet, which again you do by using Scroll Wheel, it's a lot more manageable. Especially if you're not comfortable with Super Battle Droid. It depends on your credit, how many credits you have available to you. Same idea. We're gonna neutral, and then we're gonna Super Jet all the way over here. You see Command Post Force getting flipped immediately. He can't do much about that without auto turrets, which is a big trade-off. Ring Django. So hopefully our team does capture 6 for us. There's a lot of teammates there. So it's not a guarantee. We're gonna book it all the way to 4, and hopefully we can stop their capture. Just interrupt it. Fortunately we can't, so our team isn't flipping 6. Gonna be honest, I don't think the droids ever manage to flip 6 on their own. It rarely happens. This is a very brutal map. And again, the AI difficulty is pretty high on this map as well. My aim's a little off because I'm playing in window mode for this stuff. Again, Django Fett I do recommend playing for general safety if you can help it. If you have to play Felucia, play with Django. But I recommend either combat shielding or, yeah, see, Claude snuck by still and managed to flip like everything. It's not fair. This map is not a fair map. And I'm about to run out of ammo. Ammo is generally a concern. I'm not gonna continue showing this map because this can go on forever. But generally, I'll show a map demonstration real quick. I'll get the map layout real quick for you just to get a general idea better. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is... a lot of this map is just praying things work out. That is how Felucia works as the Rebels and the droids. You rush Command Post 3. You spawn Command Post 3, rush Command Post 2, neutral it. And then you rush Command Post 1, neutral that, and then rush Command Post 6. And just pray. That is our strategy. Alternatively, you could start at Command Post 5. Alternatively, you could spawn at Command Post 5. Go to 6 and neutral that. And then kind of just work backwards a bit. Hopefully your team will neutral this on their own and you just rush Command Post 1. but it's a lot less consistent. Trust me. There's not a lot of options here on the side of the map, unfortunately. The Republic and the Empire definitely have a lot easier on Felucia for strats and Galactic Conquest. The side of the map does not. So we're just gonna move on, because I don't want to sit here doing reinforcement depletion in Felucia for 20 years. Thankfully, Felucia is kind of a bit more of a compact map, so it's not too hard to find anyone. Now we're gonna go to Yavin 4. Again, I recommend hero bonus. I recommend playing the hero bonus. But, and I'm gonna say that for every map. However, if I would bring auto turrets on the Yavin 4, just for safety for command posts, if you don't have hero bonus on deck. The strat here is pretty straightforward and pretty easy. We're going to pack our hero bonus. We're going to go straight in as Darth Maul. Make sure you kill the clones here. Make sure you kill any clones that are like coming past this way. And don't let them go down the viaduct or it's going to cause you more problems. We're going to rush Reflecting Pool. And post 5. We're going to neutral it. And then we're gonna rush the pyramid while killing clones along the way. That might be a problem. You don't have any range as Maul. You can't really shoot these guys, but it shouldn't be a problem. Now I'm gonna show a recommended safety thing. You can either full cap it, but I'm going to only partially capture and then leave. And this way, the enemy team can't flip it as easily. If you want an explanation as to why I do that, I recommend reading my little, like, text guide on, like, a lot of the ins and outs. But trust me, because because we, like, only capture it a little bit, it'll take longer for the enemy team to flip it on their own. So, for example, I capture about 15 seconds or something, like, 5 seconds of progress in neutral. That means it'll take about 15 seconds for the AI to flip it, as opposed to 11 seconds if I have fully capped it. Enemy team is flipping 4. That's a little unfortunate. This is pretty unlucky. The Yavin 4, although it's pretty straightforward, you can get some pretty unfortunate luck like this happening. I'm just happen to get a lot of the bad luck. If this happens, you kind of just have to hope your team can help you defend this. Usually the clones will never be able to capture this, but we got unlucky here, so not much we can do about that. That said, they don't really have much of a way to cause problems spawning here. Kind of hard for them to spread out too much. And you kind of just go around. So, basically, we're gonna pull up the map here again. When we get the map, where is Yavin 4? For Yavin 4, you're going to rush Reflecting Pool, neutral at Campo 6. I'm gonna say partial cap as PC. And then rush 7. And if your team hasn't captured 5 yet, or 6, go to those. And 4 you should never have to worry about. That's the essential idea of what we're doing. Alright. Now we're going to Megiddo. Give me a second to drink some water. This map is rough. This is a pretty difficult map. If we're playing on the droid side for this one, I recommend... Actually, if you have to play this map, and Board Manip normally wouldn't play this map, but because there's no Board Manip, there's two ways to go about this. If you bought the Sniper class and no Board Manip, this makes it a lot easier. But two options here. You run Grievous, or you run Combat Shielding, or you run Auto Turret. Again, I probably recommend Auto Turret, but Combat Shielding can be a big boon here to help you survive and your team to push up more against the clones. But Hero Bonus is a good safety as well. It's just you don't have any range to cover anything. So you can't defend command posts very well. I'll show what that means here. For this, I'm just gonna buy the Sniper. But I recommend bringing Combat Shielding or Auto Turret here. If you're bringing a Sniper, you would rush this command post. Actually, no, this is not what I would do, is it? Is this the correct thing? Am I thinking correctly? No, it's the wrong strat. Hold on. That's not what I mean, actually. Hold on. My strats are getting mixed up in my head a bit. Actually, you're gonna spawn in the back, because you want to take a tank. We're gonna take a tank immediately. The unfortunate thing is we can't really do anything about clones padding to 3 because how slow the AET is, but still better than nothing. You can hopefully get there in time to interrupt some of them. It depends. I'm gonna set an auto turret here, and we're gonna book it. The big problem with the AATs... Jesus, I can't get past this thing. The AATs have no push power, so they get stuck a lot, which is why I don't really recommend AAT most of the time. Because you cannot get past these stupid IFTs because they have a high power. But basically, we're going to be using the Sniper to help cover. You could use the Super Battle Droid, but it's a lot trickier. Hello? Oh no. This is the difficult part here. Actually, capturing this command post is tough. Especially if they have, like, tougher classes. There are a lot of clones back here as well. You want to kill these guys that are in the turrets, so they can't troll you. If you can steal the IT, go for it. Basically, the general idea is you're going to use the Sniper to cover Command Post 2 while you're capturing Command Post 1. Use the AAT for a little better movement for getting through the map. Much tougher strategy to survive, but it can work. The other strategy is bringing, again, Hero Bonus. Again, we would have Combat Shielding or Auto Turrets to help us out, but I didn't have to crest for that, but that's the general idea. Combat Shielding I would actually recommend for survival. Auto Turrets are helpful as well in case clones do sneak by you. But we're gonna bring Hero Bonus here to show what you do as Grievous. Here, I'm actually gonna jump up here and kill clones that are padding this way. I accidentally knocked some stuff over. Whoops. And we're just gonna try to flip this as quick as possible. The reason I would jump up there is so I can kill any clones that are pathing directly to Command Post 3. Just a bit of a consistency thing. Our team should have this covered. Now we're just gonna rush this Command Post. And I'm gonna try to survive. The big note is that Grievous cannot use vehicles. So that's why I don't spawn in the back. The problem with this strategy is that you can't defend Command Post 2, so it's a lot tougher. But still, I do recommend this strat over the more difficult strat. If you can help it. You have snipers, they can be way better. It depends. This strategy's actually not bad. I kind of just came up with this one on the fly for, like... There's normally you just rush the command post, but I think this actually works better. That's a much more consistent strategy. Yeah, there are clones back here. So big note about this map, clones kind of... Yeah, this is why you gotta pay attention. Clones are... Random AIs can just be hanging around here that you don't see. Especially ones in the turret. The turret gunners are very sneaky. I'm gonna show this for a second. Look at the map. See that? See that? They got out of the turret as soon as I left to go flip command post 1 behind me. If you need to go defend the command post really quickly, just do a respawn and spawn at the command post. Especially for Grievous strat, just turn around, jump up, and kill every clone that's like pathing towards the command post 3. And then just flip the command at first command post as usual, and then rush the back. And then that should be my hero. That was actually pretty easy, actually. I actually think that's a better strategy. I kind of came up with that one on the fly, huh? And now we're going to move to Coruscant. Coruscant is a very easy map. Play this map with the hero. If you don't have hero, this map's a lot tougher to get through quickly. But as heroes is very easy. Always bring hero if you can help it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spawn immediately. We're gonna kill any clones on the way. And then we're gonna hug this wall for a few seconds. While you're hugging this wall, this causes AI in the library to turn back around to come back. So you look at the map, you see a lot of the AIs are actually turning around to come deal with me. You only just stand there for like a couple seconds. And from here, we're just gonna kill a bunch of clones in the front. And do a good enough job so our team can path forward. And that's our job here. And doing all of that, this means our team will capture library very easily with no interruption. While our team, and also that means any droids will be able to capture the council chamber on their own. And that's it. That is all you have to do. Keep it simple. Just again, book it to this side. Hug this wall for a couple seconds. And then mow down all the clones that are, like, hanging out on the staircase to help your team not get distracted. To help you capture council. You don't do this perfectly. But it's a very easy strategy. Most of these maps are fairly straightforward, thankfully. Now we're gonna go down to start covering Naboo. Naboo is an easy map. But it's also can be a little rough, depending on your luck. This is where later into the run where you get to Naboo. I recommend doing Naboo later when you have an assault droid on deck. Snipers can work as well. Finn uses the sniper. So if you have a sniper, this works as well. But what I recommend doing is we're gonna pull up the map in a second. Let me buy a bonus real quick. We're gonna bring hero bonus as usual. And we're gonna attack Naboo. I'll tab real quick. Pull up paints. Let's get the map up here. Where is Naboo? Right here. Resize. Alright. So the idea is, if you have hero bonus, what I recommend doing is spawn as sniper or sniper or assault droid, and set mines here, the stairs, front of the staircase. Or auto turret in the center. depending on what class you have. Either set mines at the bottom of the staircase on this side, here, as an assault droid, or if you have sniper instead, set an auto turret up here on command post 5. And then respawn at command post 1 as Maul, and rush command post 2, neutral, and kill every clone sitting around command post 2. And they're gonna rush command post 3 through this pathing. And make sure you kill any clones coming this way. Because clones pathing this way will cause you a lot of problems. They will flip command post 2 or capture it back. And your team might even get here. It might not even get here, depending on your luck. So deal with any clones pathing this way, just to be sure. Don't deal with that RNG. And then from there, your team should be already flipping this. Like, your team should be already pushing it from here and here. And from, like, all the way over here. And so, while you're doing all that, if the enemy team decides to path, like, all the way through here, and get upstairs, do either rush command post 4, depending on the situation, to help your team finish, or help defend the command post 5, depending, because there's clones up there. An enemy team can also slink by and go this way to get to command post 2, which can also cause you problems, so just keep that in mind. But usually the big threat is from command post 3 to 2. So the idea here is we'll spawn at 5. If we had sniper, we set all turrets up there, or mines as assault right here, and then we're spawning as Maul, go to command post 1. If you don't have either of those, just spawn here, immediately command post 1. Watch out for the ATRTs, they are extreme threat. And just make sure you kill clones here. Don't let them sneak by if you can help it. Kill these two. And they're path back here. I'm gonna look for any clones that are pathing here with a mini-map. I don't see any, that's good. And now is the thing that was Assault Droid and Sniper would have helped with. But because their clones actually up on Command Post 5 flipping it. And we have to rely on our team, like, helping us here. They're kind of doing that, so that's good. So we can focus here. Or keep monitoring the situation here. Thankfully, we're fine. This is how debut will typically go. Not much else to say here. If you're playing as a trooper... Whoa, hold on. Now, sometimes that can happen. Sometimes they rarely go to 1. I hope I noticed in time. I didn't notice in time? Oh, no. I've never seen this happen. What in the world? How did clones get back here? I have never seen the clone team get back there. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that, because that should never happen to you. If you see them flipping any command post, just respawn. But this is the general idea. If you're playing Trooper, I would just spawn at Command Post 1 as always, and just rush Command Post 2 and just do this pathing, the same exact pathing. Just skip out on the mines. Skip out on saying mines to auto turret because you're not gonna have time to do anything otherwise. And just pray. That's kind of the general idea. Kind of just pray if you have to. You should be having heroes on most of these maps, but if you don't, that's kind of the general idea. Dagobah is rough. I do not recommend playing Dagobah without hero bonus. If you have to bring any other bonus, I would say auto turrets are a best friend for you due to the friendly fire nature of them. or if you have friendly fire on, or bring combat shielding for survivability, because that will absolutely be a boon to you. But hero bonus I do recommend combat shielding here, I think. If you have to bring a, can't bring hero bonus. Because that'll help you survive and help your team survive. Which is a very big thing. And the idea of this map is you're just gonna try to rush caves quickly. If you were playing the Empire, you could just rush the back immediately as Vader, but you don't have that option. So instead, we're gonna go straight into the cave and flip it, so the enemy team can't. And hopefully we get them to path down here with us. Big note about neutral command posts is that, this is so unfortunate. This should be enough. I recommend fully capturing caves. Is this. Our team is not doing anything here. I kind of hoped my team would flip it, but they didn't. That's a big lesson. Don't trust your team to do the job. This is why. Just make sure you just fully capture this caves. Don't do what I did. It's not worth the risk. If you see your team nearby, you can maybe risk it. But you see the problem here? I'm kind of stuck in a loop now. Because now they recaptured one somehow. I can't path as Grievous has terrible movement. I'm just gonna restart the map, I think. That might be the best bet. I'm just gonna restart map. That's a good lesson of what not to do, because it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. That's an example of what not to do. Just capture caves. Don't deal with it. Because at the start of the map, any neutral command post will be fully capped once it's capped for the first time. And caves, while it's heavily contested, is also pretty terrible for your team to help you with. So just make sure you capture caves yourself. Hopefully you can attract the attention of all the clones so they all come down here. Try to take advantage of Grievous' really big AoE around all his swings. You don't have any range, which is kind of a problem, but you can't do much about that. Alright, now that's fully captured. We can just go straight over here and start flipping. So now even if the clones take 2 or flip it, they won't have enough progress and our team can even flip it, or we can flip it. This map is very rough. Grievous' lack of range is a very big problem, but you can't really do anything about it. You just have to deal with it. And also, the first hit of this combo is kind of bad for damage. You have to do a lot of extra busy work to make this map work. Which is rough. You see our team didn't even like recapture 2, which is a little bit annoying. This map is rough as the droids. That's why at Board Manip we don't play this map. But in no Board Manip, you kind of have to deal with it. And that's how I kind of recommend handling it. Just capture caves, dead rush 1, and hopefully everything's fine after that. You might have to recapture caves after that. But that's the most chill you can get, Dagobah. Alright, now. I can't really easily show Mustafar or Udapau. But those maps are fairly easy. I might let the AI fight here. First, I'll go to Polis Masa. I'll make sure I'm path to Polis. Before I let the AI attack. Now, for Mustafar, if you're on the attack, you're probably not gonna... On the defense, you're probably not gonna be able to deal with it. To set up properly. Usually, if you're not prepared for it. If you have the credits for hero bonus, I would bring that. If not, again, I actually recommend combat shielding here. That's a better boon to you than auto turrets on this map. There's so many grenades flying around that the auto turrets won't really have a chance to work very well. And that extra survivability can help you flip command posts. So, we're gonna let the AI attack. Not like that. Alright, we'll let them attack Mustafar. Alright, so Mustafar, let me pull up the map. Let's get the map up here. Haven't done this in a little bit. Don't save. Alright. Remember, red is our team. So our plan is to basically rush this command post. Rush command post 5. Neutral it. And then path to the hangar. And then neutral it. Or... Oops. That was wrong. That's not an F. Then we're going to either neutral or full cap depending. If our team is already neutral command post 2, we can just go ahead and just like full cap it. I fully recommend just instead of full capping the hangar immediately, because your team might be able to handle it for you anyways later. Instead of just after neutraling command post 1, the hangar, head straight over to command post 2 and just finish that off. Sometimes the enemy team might be able to loop around here to command post 4, but it's pretty rare. This map is very easy on both sides of the map if you're playing on it, but especially on this side. The enemy team never really has it. If you take this pathing where you go from command post 0 across the bridge to command post 5, the control center, neutral it, and then rushing the hangar, neutraling that, and then rushing command post 2. I don't recommend going to 2 immediately. You can do that, but it's much tougher to survive. If you have combat shielding, it's just as easy as Maul. So, consider, like, everything I'm doing with the hero, you can also do with Super Battle Droid, it's just a little slower. I actually don't have hero. Why is my hero bonus not here? I forgot to buy one. I think I forgot to buy one. Here, I'll do combat shielding just to show how easy it is. Do everything I'm about to do just with Maul. I hit skip by accident. I think I have combat shielding, I do. So again, hopefully they don't destroy the bridge. Sometimes they break it on their own. Now we're gonna rush over here. This will show just how easy this map is, even as like a Super Battle Droid, no hero. Now, this is much tougher. This is still pretty tough. The hangar is tough to capture. The tough part about this map is that hangar is very difficult to capture. So let me do it again. Just hopefully I don't die this time. Even playing well, it can be tough. I do recommend still playing Darth Maul if you can help it. This is also why I recommend this pathing. Because the AI later to a map will get pretty tough, and in that open area, it's really tough to survive, like getting shot on all fronts. Which is why I recommend doing this. You should also get some teammates to follow you as well, if you can get that. That kind of depends on some factors. It's a lot more chill this time. And now we're just gonna rush command post 2. Our team should be here. I don't know where our team is. Yeah, these maps are still pretty tough. This map is still these maps can still be tough if you're playing as a regular trooper. Not having hero is pretty rough. If you were playing Maul, this would already be over. If they do everything I just did, super battle droid, but it's Maul, and you're pretty much clear to progress this map. Also, our team took a while to capture 1 as well. Yeah, if we were playing Maul, this map is a lot faster. I can demonstrate that real quick as well. I'll reload real quick. By hero bonus. Skip turn. Now let me show how easy this map is with the hero. Still recommend this order because you can get shredded as Maul. Don't destroy the bridge by accident. Need your team to cross. Then we're just gonna rush the hangar again. The nice thing about leaving the command post 2 for last is because this is an indoor area, it's a lot harder for the AI to easily kill you, gun you down. And we're neutral this. And now we're trying to capture. My frame rate's a little throwing me off as well, because it's a little bit lower due to the funky due to the window mode. Our team didn't capture 1, unfortunately, but that's okay. We can finish that ourselves. I don't recommend going to 2 after. I would just do command post 1 and then 2. So go to command post 5, neutral command post 1, and then finish off capture 2. And then go back to finish 1 if you need to. Command post 1 is very deadly to leave for last due to there's so many clones around, all shooting you at the same time in open area. You're kind of just a sitting duck. Alright. By hero bonus. Polis Massa has 2 ways to go about it. So first, I'll show the hero way. This is a lot faster, but you don't have to do it if you drain on your credits. But first, we're trying to media spawn Maul. Rush down the tunnels. Don't even worry about tunnel, the medbay command post. Because your team will is guaranteed to basically capture at some point. It's like, there's not even like real the RNG is like basically like not even real. Your team will capture eventually. What's the AI doing? And now we're trying neutral 2 and just rush the final command post. And that's it. And now we just capture this command post and we're done. This is the fastest way to do this map. This map is very easy no matter what side of the map you're on. And then our team would capture 2 for us, and if not, we would go back, finish it off. That's the general idea. Now, let's get my turn real quick. Let the AI attack like usual. Put out. Only a couple mats to go for CIS. So I'm going to show the other way to do this. I recommend just bringing combat shielding if you really need some safety. You don't need bonuses for this map, but I recommend combat shielding if anything. Now this strat's going to be safe for the Rebels as well. What we're going to do is get into a tank. Spawn in the back hangar. Get a teammate with you to maybe get a little lucky for extra time save. We're gonna wait for that AAT to leave the hangar for to go inside because you can get body blocked by the other AAT pretty easily. Like that. And then tell your teammate to get out and get them to follow you. Hopefully they'll help you cap. Hold up. Combat shielding will help us survive. Again, even without our input, our team's gonna flip 3 on their own. We're gonna capture Command Post 1 fully. And then we're gonna rush Command Post 2. Our team's gonna be super late showing up. Make sure you kill clones coming up here. It is very easy to lose track. Now, since we're doing it for the relay, I'm just gonna cover for the Board Manip side of things. I'm just gonna cover the. Uh-oh. Yeah, this could happen as a droid. Usually, because like this map is pretty late into the run, you can easily die there. But that's the general idea. Just rush that command post after and capture it. It shouldn't be a problem. I would hug the med droid and try to play around that while tri-shotting, doing your combos. But it can pretty easy to lose. Alright, now I'm going to buy a bonus here. Now, Utapau is our final map of, like, our showcase here, where we're going to show for the CIS route. So, for this side, it's kind of rough. Utapau, I'm trying to remember what the strat would be. You could, I don't know if I recommend bringing, actually, I do know what the strat's going to be, but it's not easy. We're gonna bring hero bonus. And we're gonna let the AI attack the Utapau. Where's my hero bonus? Hello? I actually don't know what happened there. Maybe the game's registering an input. Alright, we're gonna buy hero bonus. I hate when the AI does this. Come on. I want you to attack Utapau for me. Please stop. I'm trying to get them to attack Utapau. Okay. There we go. Perfect. I think I hit skip again. My mouse is usually not over or down. Yeah, I hit skip by accident. That's actually what's happening. I figured. Yeah, my mouse just should never be down there. That's a little weird. It's gonna take me a minute, chat, to get this map going because this game is being a little silly. There we go. Now, sometimes if you're mouse over in the wrong spot, it'll make you skip your turn, your bonus, which is weird. Can I spawn? Thank you. We're just gonna rush as Grievous. Because Grievous is actually the fastest classic character we can get on this side of the map. It's pretty chill. We're going to basically just kill all the clones that are up front to buy time for our team to move forward. I recommend capturing Command Post 4 or 5, but it's not that big a deal. And they're just gonna sit here for a moment. Alternatively, if you have Sniper and like, or want to play Super Battle Droid, you can instead just bring in the combat shielding, let me survive. It's just as valid. I would recommend capturing Command Post 5 so the AI can't ever flip it. It's also kind of tough to do anything as Grievous here. Yeah, this went kind of all kinds of ways. Okay, let me restart the map. I'll show the safe way to do it. I hit skip again. Wait, it used the bonus. Okay, thank goodness. I hope it didn't skip. I keep accidentally hitting that because it's window mode, being in window mode. Alright, so I recommend coming up here to Command Post 5 and capturing it. And then cutting off clones that are like going to Command Post 4. The problem on this map is that your team isn't very consistent about what they do. Also, it's so easy to die, even as Grievous. Yeah, see, I got shredded. So this map is pretty rough on this side. Because you don't have a ranged character. If you had someone with range, it wouldn't be really an issue. But it very much is an issue. Because you have Grievous, who has, like, no range to speak of. Which is not great to have to work with. The other safe thing to do is just capture Command Post 4 and then go to 5. But the clones also have snipers, which is rough. Not having range is not great on this map. Yeah, that's why I also go to 5 first, because the clones almost always flip this Command Post first. Also, ATRTs are very broken in the hands of the AI. It is incredibly busted. The AI will shred you to pieces on this map. Now, having range is so bad. It's kind of showing just how difficult this map is as the droids. You typically should never ever see this map. You hope to goodness you don't ever have to play this map. Just not having range is rough. This is kind of the safe way to handle it. We're pretty much good now. Now we can start capturing Hangar without having to worry about RNG. Alternatively, just rush this Command Post and pray. But you can't really deal with clones pathing to Command Post 4 or 5 because you don't have range. Just look at this. I can't do anything about any of them. I can't do anything about any of the Detroit. And I might actually die because Grievous has no freaking damage on his... Grievous does no damage on his dash attacks. They do no damage. You might as well be shooting pea shooters at like be like taking them with like noodles, like noodle arms. So an alternative way to handle this map, we're gonna buy. Let's assume we have a sniper, right? If you have a sniper, I would bring combat shielding, of course. Oh, come on, game, don't troll me. Let's do this again. Combat shielding. And we're gonna do a similar idea here. We're gonna bring the sniper. I recommend having sniper if you have to do this map. If Super Battle Droid can do the same thing, it's just a little tougher not having that movement speed or beam rifle. If you're gonna pick off the clones from a distance as you're coming up, especially if you have snipers, you don't want the snipers getting up front and ruining things for you. You're gonna capture Command Post 4 first. Not capturing. It's being a little silly. Here's the tough part, is actually crossing the street is so horrible. It is very difficult to cross and make it alive. So your options are rush command post 4 immediately or rush command post. I recommend doing 4 first and then going here. Look at how much like more doable this map is as a droid, as a regular droid. Now you can either go for reinforcement depletion here because they have ATRTs and not IFTs. So you don't have to worry about them being like having to go through an entire tank. Instead you can just shoot them out of the ATRT. But then from here you just rush it. There are so many bots, it's pretty hard to survive, so I kind of recommend just reinforcement depletion. Your main idea is just lock them from ever getting past Kanger. Make sure you get command post 4, make sure you get command post 5 as a droid, and then kind of just gun them down. It's kind of the safe way to finish this map. There's one downside of not playing Grievous is that you don't have survivability, and you're in an open area trying to capture his command post, so you get shredded really easily. Alternatively, there is one other idea. You can try it. That's very high risk. So we're gonna bring combat shielding. We're gonna bring sniper again. About combat shielding, that's annoying. And here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna book it. We're still gonna kill any clones that are in the front. We don't want them capturing the forward command post before our team can get there. Hopefully we have infinite sprint, but if not, it's okay. We're gonna book it, this command post, before the AI has a chance to be forced to spawn back here. We're gonna pick off clones from here. This is still tough, but this is workable. Especially as the AI is in its dodge mode, it's making life a lot harder for me. Rushing this command post works really well. Honestly, I do recommend like if you feel confident enough in your aim and ability to survive, just rush it down. Just book it. Kill any clones. Do what I did. Kill any clones that are paddling up front. That can go capture 5 and 4 early. And just rush it to 6 before the clones start dying en masse and surrounding you in this hangar. And that's about it. That's everything for the droids. I covered everything for every situation that you'd run into in No Board Manip. That was a lot to talk about. But I hope that was like useful in like discussing how to do these maps and all the ideas to help get stuff flowing. If you want to know how to do Geonosis, let the AI play on it and then quit out. That's it. That's all you do. Now for the Rebels. There we go. Very good. Okay, for the Rebellion, we're gonna go in order, in the Board Manip order, just to make this easier for me. Anytime there's a strategy that's basically the same, I won't, like, go too far in depth. But, in case for anyone that just wants to run Rebels, I'll still go in depth for them all. Hoth, I'll honestly just boot up the IL for Hoth. Give me a second. This won't change at all. If you ever have to defend Hoth and you feel like doing Hoth because it's a little like, this is how easy it is just to take the defense, which can be good. If you're playing... Actually, do I need to cover this? AI will never, like, do it. Whatever. Well, I'll still show it. Depending on what strategy you want to do. So for the Rebels, all you're going to do... You'd get a teammate with you. Can I get a teammate? Get in. Get in. Okay, they want to get in. I'm sure they show the conquest pump. Is this not changed no matter what you're doing? We're gonna zoom straight over here. Our lands. Get our teammate to get out. And we're gonna capture... We're gonna start neutraling this. We're trying to capture it. Show how easy this map is. We're gonna cap. We have a Tauntaun on the way as well. We're gonna get our teammate to follow us. We're gonna go take the Snow Speeder and go straight to the very back. You don't need any bonuses for this map. It is that easy. Like, no, you don't need anything. This is why it might be beneficial to just take the map sometimes. Now, in Board Manip, if this ever happened, and you wanted to do this, you can just simply just let the AI play this map. And just quit out. Just to not have to play it. But if you want the AI to get looped here, this is not a bad idea if you need to. Again, incredibly easy. 81 can do it really quick. Now let's look up into the actual map. And this is only really if like the Empire's coming this way and they're going to attack Hoth, and if you want to try getting them stuck there, you could try to play Hoth once or twice. I don't really recommend it in Board Manip, since you shouldn't really need to worry about playing any defense maps at all in this category. But it can be worthwhile to quit out the Hoth if you need to. But it should show how easy that map is. Yeah, we're gonna start with Polis Massa. Polis Massa is same thing as the droids. Don't need any bonuses here. You don't need anything. If you need safety, and if it's late in the game, if it's late in the run, then I recommend combat shielding like before to help you survive, but it's not really needed if it's early enough. And only if you really feel like you need the combat shielding to spice it up. Your hero here is Leia, so she's not very useful. But if you want survivability, that can help you. The idea is going to be exactly the same as we did as the droids. We're going to get a teammate here, get them inside. And since Leia is not a good hero anyway for speed, we're not going to do that same what we did before. We're gonna get this teammate out of the turret. Make sure you get into the quarter before you get out so the AI at your bot doesn't get stuck. They can get stuck in between a tank if you mess it up, so be careful about that. We want our teammate to help us cap. You might have a problem here because this Lion's tank is gonna be sitting here. Hopefully it's fine. Now we're gonna rush the command post 2. While our team handles medbay. Again, medbay is like the rebels and droids are always guaranteed to capture it no matter what. Just hug the med droid. Keep a close eye for any... Pay attention back here. Do not let stormtroopers climb all the way up this hill. If they do, you're in a lot of trouble. Just be very careful. Now keep in mind, the starts are different for the relay race. So you might need to play some different strategies here and there for what you want to bring, depending on the timing. But most of the strategies for the map should stay the same, generally. We're gonna quit out. Because I think in the relay race, we're starting our Coruscant for the Rebels, and the Empire is on Utapau. So the start's gonna be slightly different. You're gonna be in different spots, so your map order is gonna change a bit. I'll show all the ideas here. Now, Mustafar is incredibly easy. We're gonna bring hero bonus. I accidentally bought 2, that's fine. You're gonna bring hero bonus. Again, the trooper strat would be basically the same thing. We're gonna destroy the bridge. Make sure you destroy the bridge so the Empire can never cross it. Then get up here and start flipping the command post for this little bridge top. I'm making sure any imps that spawn here, you kill them off. And then we're gonna book it to down here and just neutral this command post as well. We're just gonna neutral them, because we don't really have to ever worry about the Empire flipping these back, as long as we kill all Imperials that can cause problems. So we're gonna kill these 4. And then your options here are either go capture this final command post, which I do recommend just doing that, or going for reinforcement depletion, which is also easier, depending on the situation. Capturing is generally faster, but you can reinforcement depletion instead. If you're playing a trooper, I would pretty much take the same exact route, it's just a little tougher. But at Board Manip, you should always have the credits for hero, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But essentially, it would be kind of the same idea. Now we're gonna move to, Utapau. Now, if you had to run Soldier, for whatever reason later into the run, if you didn't have the credits, you wasted your credits, bring combat shielding, but really you should have Han Solo for this map. Utapau is very easy as the Rebels because you have a ranged hero, Han Solo, who is one of the best blaster characters in the game. If not the best for his gun. You can capture these if you really want to, but you don't need to. Just similar idea as what we did before. Just rush. Kill any Imperials that are in front along the way. And just book it. Just focus on, you don't have to worry about your health too much here, just make sure you kill the Imperials that are, like, up front. That can flip command post 4 and 5. Your team should handle that on their own. I couldn't kill that guy. Yeah, I'm gonna capture 5, which is weird. Yeah, we finally did. Good. Yeah, this map is really easy. Sometimes your team has to capture 3 or 2. You can't really help that. But otherwise, this map's super straightforward. Just rush command post 1 as Han Solo and just flip it. Now, let me pull up paint real quick. Now, just again, if you don't have the credits, if you're really don't have the credits for hero, something happened during a route and you made a mistake. Instead, you can bring combat shielding and play as the rebel soldier. Or if you bought sniper for whatever reason, you can run sniper as well. But just book it to here. Capture command post 4, and then rush here. Command post 5. Capture this, and then reinforcement deplete or capture 6. But you should never have to rely on that. You should be playing Han Solo. Han should be your, like, the main guy for this map. Especially at Board Manip. Now we're going to Dagobah. At Board Manip, I'm not even gonna bother. This is for the relay race. I'm just gonna cover the maps we're actually playing. You should never ever play Naboo as the Rebels. It is one of the worst maps in the game for the Rebels in general. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy hero bonus and we're gonna do the proxy here. You should proxy Naboo with Dagobah. So make sure you have hero bonus and then we're gonna do a proxy here. This is actually out of order. I think I made a mistake here. Not really a big deal, because the map order is going to be a little funky anyway. So I wouldn't really worry too much about that. Normally I would buy a fleet here to go straight to Yavin 4 and then build here, but I made a mistake there, but it's not a really big deal. Since I'm demonstrating the maps themselves, so it doesn't matter. Normally you do Felicia next, but again, in the relay, you're not going to have that. Because in the relay race, because of the different spawns, you can't just build the fleet right away over there, so it's a little trickier. How you're going to play it's a little different, so you have to lab that out. So I'm just going to focus on the maps themselves. So we're going to spawn as Yoda. And we're going to rush Command Post 4 as quickly as possible. Spam his dash attack mostly, while getting us the sprint jumps here and there. And then don't bother capturing it, just make sure you kill all the Imperials that are paddling this way. Your team will capture this for you on their own. And because force powers actually work on stormtroopers really consistently, you can just pull them back to you if they get past you. And now, even though the Empire's captured too, what's happening right now? Well, I guess we're showing what can happen if you get unlucky, I guess. I've never seen this happen. I've never seen the Empire capture caves. That's silly. Wow, this is silly. What is happening right now? I've never seen the Empire capture caves, but anyways, you should be basically done with this map by now. You just captured Command Post 6 now. But because we got unlucky and the Empire captured caves somehow, we have to do a lot more work than we should be having to do. Blame our team. It's how it be sometimes. Sometimes your team just throws and doesn't do the thing you're supposed to do. The Rebels should almost always capture the caves, so this is definitely just a bad RNG moment. When you're playing Yoda, just remember, using his Samus dash attack and only... Whoa, what? I've never been lasered that hard before as Yoda. That's a new one. Holy. This map should already be over, but we got unlucky on caves. That's the idea. Basically, I'll just pull up the thing real quick. Let me finish the map first, actually. Let's get the map done first, and then I'll pull up the thingy. This map's actually pretty easy for the Rebels, and for the Republic for that matter. It's a lot chiller. But it's definitely, like, not... It can definitely be, like, a rough one if you get unlucky. It is Dagobah. Alright, so let me pull up the pan again. Where is Dagobah? Right here. Okay. Resize. To do 150. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is play as Yoda and rush Command Post 4. Kill M. That's the enemy team. Just kill the little guys here. And then go to 5 and neutral. Because your team will always... What your team's going to be doing, they're going to be in green. They'll eventually path all the way through here to capture 4 on their own. And then they'll go to 5. So instead, neutral Command Post 5 after killing everyone there. And then rush it to 6. And just neutral or cap it. Depending on the situation, right? If your team isn't really, like, capturing Command Post 5 because they bought auto turrets or something, you might have to go back after neutral and Command Post 6 to go capture 5 yourself. If what happened here happened as well, and they capture 6, and then they capture the caves, but your team didn't do anything, you have to do what I had to do. So you shouldn't really have to do that. You should be done by the time you get the command post 6 and capture it. You shouldn't have to deal with anything else. You can get a lot of mileage out of horse powers on this map. That was a zoom proxy, by the way. Forgot which one I did. Turn out the AI do their thing. Go back to Endor. Go back to Endor. Game, go back to Endor. Okay, the game is fighting me a bit. There we go. So, we're gonna buy our fleet here. Normally would have bought our fleet earlier, but we couldn't. Now, for the relay race, ignore this strategy because this really is dependent on where we're at, right? But yes, we have different starts. This isn't gonna matter. So I'm just doing this just for the normal routing, for in a normal situation. So, Felucia, right? Do not bring hero bonus. That is Chewbacca. Chewie is unfortunately useless. The problem with Chewie is that even the remote rockets in theory are useful, in execution they're pretty terrible. Because they will crash the game on Felucia. Even if they didn't, Chewie just doesn't really have tools to help. So instead, I give you two options here. Bring auto turrets or bring combat shielding depending on the situation. I'm leaning towards combat shielding lately. I kind of recommend that for survival. But auto turrets can help as well. So auto turrets aren't super consistent. So we're going to Felucia here. Combat shielding. They bought auto turrets, which is really bad for us. That's whatever. We're gonna spawn at Command Post 3. Get an Alliance tank, get a teammate with you, and just book it. Alliance tanks are really fast, thankfully. I try to stick the thing. Okay, now we're gonna book it. Oh, a teammate didn't get in. It's whatever. Make sure you park your tank like this so it doesn't get slingshotted away. There are a lot of turtles here. You shouldn't normally have been doing all this. Whoa, I'm stuck. What the heck? Wait, there are imps on the top of the... Whoa, what? They're a tree. See, this is the thing about this map, right? This is where auto turrets would have come in handy, because now look at this. It's all trade-offs on this map. Wow, really? My team can do, like, a tiny bit. It is also very unfortunate because they bought auto turrets. I'm dead. Yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate thing. But essentially, that's the general idea. Let me pull up the map let's pull up the map. Let's get the map out. Again, thanks to the fact that we have the Alliance tanks for movement, that's a lot better. And you have access to precision pistol and stuff for range. Our general idea is that we're going to be moving to 2, neutral 2, go to 1, neutral 1, and then rush it to 6 with the tank. And then either capture 6 or help out with 4, depending on the situation. The big problem here is that the Empire can either loop all the way up here, and they can also rush 4, which is a big problem for you. And your team is really just silly. I still prefer combat shielding, but auto turrets and combat shielding are pretty 50-50 on this map. Go with your gut and go with what you prefer for this map. Auto turrets would save me for a treetop, but it would have made it harder for my team to do anything at 4. Or for myself, for that matter. Yeah, that's kind of the general idea. This map is rough, as always. Felucia is a really difficult map for the Rebels and Droids to do easily. Oh wait, I didn't finish the map. Goofing. It's my bad. But I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna play as normal. Which I have to deal with that little bit of RNG, I guess. This is where we would play Kashyyyk. Kashyyyk, we don't have to bring anything. Kashyyyk is an incredibly easy map for the Rebels in the Republic as well. We're gonna take the speeder bike. If they bring Sabo, this can be a dangerous map. I don't like this map as much at this side. I don't like the side as much as the CIS and Empire, but essentially our plan here is capture this command post while making sure no Imperials can flip the back on us. Thankfully, our team should be able to handle defending on their own. They should. There's no guarantee they do. There's a variety of factors, so. We're gonna book it. Okay, just run over this guy. Make sure to kill any stormtroopers pathing this way. While all of this is going on while you're defending, if you get a little lucky, just call him and help you. While this is all going on, pay attention to Command Post 3, where we started. Because Imperials can be rushing Command Post 3 while you're doing all this. So you'll have to do some sniping to clear out the Imperials here. Like this. What is happening? If you don't snipe them in time, they can, like, flip it and, like, ruin the map for you. But thankfully that went okay. Okay. I'm kind of just doing whatever, so I'm gonna get to the map. Just ignore everything I'm doing here on the board, because I'm just trying to get to the maps. Now, Mos Eisley... Now, this depends, right? This map can be pretty rough as the Rebels. But if you have the credits, and I should have had the credits if I had the, if I didn't, you know, accidentally quit out of Felucia, like a dummy. But, so where I would recommend buying the Heavy Trooper if you have the credits for it by this point. Because the Heavy Trooper can help you on this map and then the later one. So if we did it, I would bring, either auto turrets, if you prefer that, or bring Han Solo. I recommend Solo. Auto turrets can be helpful as well, if you need it. So we're bringing hero bonus. So, if we had a heavy, we would spawn at 6 first to set down some mines, and then spawn as Han at the cantina, but we're just spawn on the cantina immediately. This is a much slower version of the droids version of this map. We're gonna rush this command post while killing stormtroopers along the way. This map is really rough on this side. Especially because you don't have the movement speed that Maul has. Not easy. We're gonna clear out any imps that are like pathing to 4. Thankfully there weren't too many. Actually not too many. I made a lot of them spawn at 1. A big tip in Galactic Conquest in general is to pay attention to what spawns you're seeing from the enemy team and your team. If you're noticing the enemy team isn't really coming from 2 or 3 here, for example, too much, that probably means they're rushing like from 1 to 6, which is not very good news for you. The same general idea here, we neutral 3 while killing imps there, kill imps along the way to 2, neutral that, and then capture 1, unless the Empire is capturing 6. If they're capturing 6, then after neutraling this command post and clearing out imps here, you want to instead just get the 6 and defend and like recapture or whatever. Thankfully, we should be okay. We should be able to do a free to respawn. So now we're gonna respawn. I actually heard stormtroopers there. That's not good. Yeah, I need to kill this guy. Yeah, I recommend doing a respawn instead and sitting on the respawn screen to spawn wherever you need to, in case someone's trying to flip the command post on you. That was actually a really smooth Mos Eisley. I'll do this one more time on the map here, just so you have an idea again what we're talking about. Where's Moss? Where's Moss? Alright, we got Mos Eisley here. Again, you're gonna go 4 to 3 neutral. Oh, hold on, it's the wrong path. Loop around this way to kill any Imperials. Neutral this. And then after that, go capture them too. And if the Imps decide to capture 6, then instead of capturing 1, just go straight to 6 and like either recapture or clear out whoever's there. Depends on the situation. That's kind of the general idea. Mines would help, but I didn't have the mines to do that. If you had heavy troopers, you would set down some mines here, or auto turrets about sniper instead. Set mines at 6 and then spawn and as Han on 4. Actually, I can work around this. Alright, only a couple more maps to go for us to cover. We're gonna go to Megiddo now. Now, recommend Luke Skywalker here every time. If you have the Red Trooper, you probably have to go to Reinforcement Depletion, depending on your luck, but play Luke here. You should have the credits for it in Board Manip. We're gonna spawn Luke immediately. And we're just gonna rush this first command post here. While killing Imperials in the front so they don't get this command post easily. Keep an eye out for any Imperials that are up front. I didn't do a good job of that. But you want to keep an eye out here. Also, pay attention for any, like, Stormtroopers that are getting scooped. You want to deal with them. Because Imperials that get scooped by their teammates in the IFTs will actually be a problem. But it's a safety thing to do is after you neutral command post 4, kill any Imperials in the front. They're in the front area. And kill some along the way. And then just keep spamming your saber throw while capturing 5. This will hopefully keep the AI's attention on you instead of pushing forward. And throughout all of this, your team should capture 4 for you. If not, you can just run backwards to finish it. Not a big deal. It's kind of hard for me to play and yap at the same time. Yeah, generally, the big thing to be careful about against the Empire when they have IFT tanks is that they can push around their team around if you have friendly fire off, which can cause you a lot of problems. Because they can push their teammates on the command post, and that can be a big headache for you. Something to keep in mind. Not too bad. Basically, the idea is kill Imperials along the way to command post 4, so you don't get the command post 2. And then kill Imperials along the way to command post 5, so you don't recapture 4. Or move to the neutral command post. Now, ignore everything that's happening here. And now I'm going to do this. Okay, now we're going to go to Coruscant. We're only 2 more maps to go to cover in this section. Coruscant is incredibly easy. We're gonna bring hero bonus. We're gonna play as Luke. Now, you play either Coruscant or Endor depending on where the Empire is. But both maps are really easy, no matter what, even in late game. Again, we're gonna rush up into this top left corner. If you pay attention to the map I'm about to show you, standing in this corner for a moment causes the AI in the library, in the little green room, they're trying to get to the library to turn around and come back. And so they'll never reach the library, or they'll never capture it. So now we're doing that, you notice they're all turning around, coming back. Now we're just gonna kill stormtroopers in the front here. Help our team, like, not get distracted. We did as much as we could. We can't stall on capturing too long. That'll also cause us problems. Yeah, our team will capture Library Force with no problem, and hopefully they'll get Council, but a little unlucky there. I think clear enough. Who's that? Hi. Yeah, this map is incredibly easy. There should be no threat on this map, even in the late game. If you're not playing Luke for whatever reason, good luck. Because that would be rough then. You would then have to capture Council Chamber yourself and then deal with that. But we're not dealing with that. We're good. Now Endor is our final map here. If you had Heavy Trooper, then I would recommend bringing Heavy Trooper, because I might be able to afford one and the hero bonus if I wanted to. Is the AI actually gonna only build there? No, it can't be. I'm not gonna bother with this. I'm only showing the maps anyway. Alright, so there's a couple ways to go about this map. Let me first get over here. So a few options I have one to give you. There's a lot of ways to go about it. If you bought Heavy Trooper, I recommend bringing Heavy Trooper. Just be careful not to use a remote rocket, else you'll crash the game on Endor. Is another crash map for remote rocket. But the idea here is you get options here. You can either bring Han Solo, who has better survivability overall, and either time wiping out groups. But you don't have an easy way to short ATSCs, which can be a problem for survival. What I like to do, instead of running Han Solo, unless you really feel more comfortable just playing Han, I recommend bringing either auto turrets for extra safety, just in case, if you're really, really paranoid about Imperial sneaking by in the rare case. But I recommend combat shielding. We're gonna bring combat shielding, and we're gonna have Heavy Trooper. And that's what we're gonna do, right? We're spawn as Heavy. We're gonna go to Command Post 6. We're gonna take a speeder bike and book it straight to the very back. To Command Post 2. And take this a bit wise, you don't get sniped off the bike. And we're gonna use mines to destroy these ATSCs. Make sure they don't steal your bike. And we're gonna neutral this, and we're not gonna fully capture it, we're just gonna leave, and hopefully our team helps us there. If not, that's okay. Got a little ramped up. They are capturing, actually, which is super lucky. There's someone on 6. I've never seen that happen before. Even if they get back there, they should never, like, capture anything. Hello? Ignore what's happening right now, because that should never happen. That's a little weird. That's fine. And now, if our team didn't finish off Command Post 2 for us, we'll just go back. Those mines instant killing the ATSCs is super helpful. Not just for your survival, but for your team's survival and just finishing captures. It could be really helpful in general. And that's it. That's why I recommend playing heavy. And you're still tanky because of the command. You have the benefit of having combat shielding on top of being a heavy with the rally bonus, so you survive anything. And you have mines to kill off the ATSCs. That's why I recommend doing. And just neutral too. Make sure there's no Imperials there close by to flip it, and just immediately go to the shield generator and fully cap that, and hope your team helps you. If they don't, you can just speed your bike back and finish it off. And with that, we have covered everything that I want to cover for tonight. I've covered the assaults. I've covered all the CIS maps and all the variations there, and I covered everything that would be in the Rebellion Board Manip. I think that's everything. If you want to learn the glitches, I do have a tutorial there as well, just for the glitches for Board Manip specifically. That's it for that. My voice is tired. I don't like doing streams where I'm just tutorializing this. It's kind of boring. Alright, so I should be able to save this VOD to YouTube. So I'll get that going. My voice is tired. But I hope this was at least useful to people. I hope this will be helpful. I don't know what to do now. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I think I'm done for tonight, I think. My voice is exhausted. I had to talk for like 3 hours straight, covering different stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream here. This wasn't like as fun of a fun stream that I wanted to do, but I think this was necessary because I want to help people learn stuff for the relay. And the stream's kind of dead tonight anyway because of that. So we're just gonna end stream, I think. Have a good night, everybody, for hanging out. I don't really have anyone in the stream to really send out to a raid, do I? Yeah, no, the view count's kind of low tonight because I was focused on just tutorializing stuff. Ugh. I don't like this kind of streams. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. But in the meantime, I thank y'all for hanging out. My voice is tired. I hope this was helpful. This is helpful to people. I'm gonna end stream now. Thank y'all. I'll get this up soon. Have a good one.